G'day everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today on the board we have the MXR Uni-Vibe. I'd like to thank MXR very much. They're part of the Jim Dunlop company, the family of companies I should say. I'd like to thank MXR and Jim Dunlop for sending this pedal over. They've been great supporters of the channel for a long time now, and we really appreciate your ongoing support. So, what is it? This is the Uni-Vibe. So it's a modulation pedal. It's very similar to a chorus pedal, but it has a different shaped LFO. It's also very similar to a phaser pedal, but it also has a different shaped LFO. So the Uni-Vibe was sort of reminiscent of the old rotary speakers that came in keyboards, that came in old organs. The Uni-Vibe sort of thing was awesome. It was also used by Jimi Hendrix in a few different songs. He had a Uni-Vibe as well. So what MXR have done is they've taken it and they've put it in this little pedal board friendly sized enclosure and given it a little trick up its sleeve as well, of course, as we expect from all the MXR pedals. There's always something extra that it does. So today I'm going into the Boss Katana behind me. It's an Artist Mark II. And this is a Player Series Tally, which I've played the shit out of, and now it's starting to fall apart. Sounds like it's sort of behaving itself a little bit today. I think it has developed a bit of an earth problem, so I'm going to have to pull it apart and see what the fuck is going on with it, because it's starting to annoy me. But anyway, that's a pretty nice clean tone. Right, let's turn it on and put everything at 12 o'clock. So, with everything at 12 o'clock, it just gives you a nice swirly Uni-Vibe sound. It goes very fast. And it also goes very slow. Yeah, really wide range of speeds there. Alright, I'm just going to chuck it sort of back towards the middle. With the depth at almost zero, it almost gives you that cocked wah sort of sound. Might be handy for some lo-fi sort of stuff, taking all the top end off it there, with the speed up on full and the depth down at 0. That's a really interesting effect that I did not expect. Sort of muffled lo-fi sound, that's pretty awesome. All right, now I'm going to put the depth all the way up and see how deep she goes. It's very warbly. Gotta be careful not to get a copyright strike here, but that is a lovely, lovely, lovely chewy Uni-Vibe sound. Lovely Uni-Vibe sound. Now, the other thing it does, because it happens to me occasionally, I'll be at a gig, I'll be playing away, quite happily, just playing away. In the mix, everything sounds great. As soon as I step on my phaser / chorus / Uni-Vibe, it sounds like absolutely everything disappears in the mix. It sounds like your guitar stopped working, but it hasn't. There is a perceived volume drop. So there's a lot of physics involved here, but there is no volume drop. There is a perceived volume drop when for what you're hearing. You can't hear yourself as clearly. You flick on some of these rotating modulation effects like phaser and Uni-Vibe. So to help counteract that, MXR have very, very kindly put a level volume on there. So when you stand on it, you can give yourself a bit of a bloody boost. I'm really digging the sound of this thing. I like it. I think I might put it on my board and swap it out for my phaser and see how I go with it for a week or two. Now, the other thing you can do with this is, so the reason it sounds so swirly is because you're hearing the dry signal mixed in with the wet signal, which is called chorus mode, even though it's a Uni-Vibe and it's more akin to a phaser than a Uni-Vibe. But anyway, if you hit the vibe button, what it does is it takes your dry signal completely out of it and just gives you the modulated signal. So it sounds like a slightly sort of more frequency-rich vibrato. Now, actually, with the vibrato mode on, that's a really good way to show you the difference in the LFO between a chorus pedal or a phaser pedal. So chorus pedals and phaser pedals sort of follow a very symmetrical sine wave. It sort of peaks and troughs are quite wide, and it's quite circular in its motion. You can almost hear this thing knocking. It's the LFO in a Uni-Vibe is much sharper and much more dramatic around the bottom end. It's almost like a sawtooth wave more than a nice smooth sine wave. You can hear it going, whoa, 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 whoa. You can actually hear it responding. Quite a sharp dip at the bottom there. So anyway, that's the main difference between the LFO, but flicking it over into vibrato mode really sort of showcases that. So I just flick backwards and forwards between vibe mode and chorus mode a few times for you. Oh my God, we're already up to like 10 or 11 minutes or something. Who would have thought I would have spent this long on a vibe pedal with 3 knobs and a button? But anyway, I still want to do something else. I still want to run some fuzz into the front of this because this is what Jimmy did. No copyright strike for me. I wish you guys could be here in the studio with me because the volume in here is massive. I can actually feel it. The guitar is sort of kicking me in the kidneys with air, which is awesome. Lucky I have a soundproof studio in my shed. So anyway, there you go. This is the MXR Uni-Vibe. It is a classic effect. It is a very old effect. It is been rebirthed and lovingly stuffed into a tiny little pedal board friendly enclosure by the fine folks at MXR. It is a cracker. You can run it in chorus mode or vibe mode, even though it's a Uni-Vibe. But that's just sort of where Uni-Vibe sits. It's sort of like a weird mixture of a few different effects with a weird shaped LFO. So anyway, I hope you guys, if you're looking at a Uni-Vibe, I hope you guys got something out of this. Hit the like button, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. It really helps the channel out, and it's absolutely free to you. So thanks for tuning in. If you got this far, we really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.